Okay, so year 10, we can see this question first off is 5 marks. There is going to be quite a lot of work going on here to get all 5 marks, and it is kind of aiming really at the top end, so it will be tricky. But we're told straight line's got this equation, blah, 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 A's there. Then M is perpendicular. Great. So I'm going to find the equation of M. To find the equation of M, I can work out its gradient. And I can work out its gradient once I know the gradient of L. So to find the gradient of L, I need to rearrange into the formula y equals mx plus c, into that form, sorry. So to make this look like y equals mx plus c, I can take away 3x from both sides. So 2y equals minus 3x plus 17. And after that we get y equals minus 3 over 2x plus 17 over 2. So the gradient of L is negative 3 over 2. Now M is perpendicular to it. And when two lines are perpendicular, their gradients are negative reciprocals of each other. Which means, in effect, we can write it upside down. So because this is 3 over 2, this is 2/3. Because this is negative, this is positive. So the gradient of M is 2/3. Now to find the rest of the equation of M, so the equation of M, we know that y equals mx plus c. And actually, I'm told that it passes through A. Now this point here is the y-intercept, and I know it's the y-intercept because x equals 0. X equals 0 at the y-intercept. So putting this into here, we get y equals 2/3 x, because 2/3 was our gradient, and our y-intercept of line M is 2. So I've got this, I've got y equals 2/3 x plus 2. This is looking good now. Still quite a lot more to go on. So then we are told that line L crosses the y-axis at the point B. So where does line L cross the y-axis? So line L crosses the y-axis at the point where x equals 0. So when x is 0, coming back to here for line L, minus 3 over 2 lots of x is 0, and so y is just 17 over 2. I'm going to write that as a decimal because I think some of you might find that easier, but 17 over 2 or 8.5. Okay? So now we've got the coordinate of A. That looks good. We've got the coordinate of B, because B is this here, 0, 8.5. And we now need to figure out the coordinate of point C. So to work out C, because the two lines intersect, they'll intersect at a point where they're equal to each other. The coordinate will be the same coordinate. That's the point. And so to do that, we can basically do it solving simultaneous equations. It is less complicated than it sounds. So here, with line L, I know y equals minus 3 over 2x plus 17 over 2. But with line M, I know y equals 2/3 of x plus 2. So because this is y and this is y, this thing is y equals and this thing is y equals, those two things, I can write them that they are the same as each other. So I can write minus 3 over 2x plus 17 over 2 is the same as this here, 2/3 of x plus 2. And then we've got an equation that can just do a bit of solving. So I'm going to add 3 over 2x to both sides. And so when I do that, I'm left with 17 over 2 equals, so here I'm doing 2/3 plus 3 over 2, which is 13 over 6, plus 2. I'm then going to minus 2 from both sides. 17 over 2, take away 2 is 13 over 2. So then I get 13 over 2 equals 13 over 6. X, to find 1x, I would divide by 13/6. And so when I do 13 over 2 divided by 13 over 6, I get this. I get x is 3. That's nice and straightforward. But that's not yet the coordinate, that's the x value of the coordinate. To find the coordinate, I need to substitute that into something to get what y is. So I'm going to substitute into n. It doesn't really matter where you substitute, but let's substitute into n. Y equals 2/3 of 3 plus 2. 2/3 of 3 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. So y is 4. Okay. So then this final coordinate, our coordinate of C, is 3, 4. So we're getting quite close because we now know, going back to the question, we now know point A, we know point B, and we know point C. We just need to work out the area of the triangle. You don't have to do this, but it might help if you just draw a really quick sketch of what you've got going on. So we have got point A was at the point 0, 2, so 0 along and 2 up. We have got point B as 0, 8.5, so 0 along, 8.5 up. And then we've got point C, which is 3, 4, so 3 along and 4 up. Just a really quick sketch so you kind of are aware of what your triangle looks like. Now to work out the area of a triangle, we do base times height divided by 2. So my base is this length here. Now if this is 2 and this point is 8.5, it therefore follows that this value is 6.5. Then we need to know the height, which is this length here. So the height, well, if this is 0 across and this is 3 across, the height is 3. So then to get the area of triangle ABC, I'm going to do 6.5 times 3, then divided by 2. And when I do that in my calculator, 6.5 times 3 divided by 2 gives me a final area of 9.75 units. It would be okay if you left that in a different form. Okay, so if you kept that as a 39/4 or something, say, that would be absolutely fine. But your final answer is 9.75 units for all 5 marks.